Hello there, people of the internet. We love debating on YouTube. It's just something that we seem to have a drive for. And one of the common debates that I see pop up all of the time is which cartridge is the best cartridge. And it normally delves around the ideology of the best pistol round, the best rifle round, and the best shotgun round. And normally it stems towards like 9mm and then 5.56, 308, 30-06, 12 gauge shotgun. Those seem to be like the common ones that people circle back to whenever they start talking about the best possible cartridges that are out there. But I want to throw my hat in the ring, and I want to say what I truly, genuinely believe the best cartridge is out there, and I'm going to give it to the humble 357 Magnum. Now, before you guys go yelling at me for whatever it is that you're going to yell at me for, I understand that it is not the best cartridge out there if we start looking at specific jobs, but it would make one heck of a general purpose cartridge. So the beauty about the 357 Magnum is it is so versatile in its capabilities to the point to where it can be undercharged and ran at 38 special specifications, or you could just run 38 special, which can be used for I don't know, if you want to use a can on your gun. 38 special tends to run below subsonic speeds or supersonic speeds and it stays subsonic. And so because of that, you tend to get really quiet effects on target if you run 38 special with a can. On top of that, it's still a pretty gosh darn capable cartridge. If we were to run 38 special through a barrel length like what I have right here, it would send a 158 grain bullet moving probably 800 to 900 feet per second, maybe 1,000 feet per second if it's loaded hot. So that's not exactly a very powerful cartridge, and it can be used for many things. If you want to get yourself some small game, like something that a 357 Magnum might vaporize, like a squirrel, groundhog, maybe a bird, if you can manage to smack a bird with it, which I have done on numerous occasions. It's not the hardest thing to do, especially if they're not flying around. But the point is, the 38 Special offers a lot of different versatilities with the cartridge, and then if you need more power, guess what? You can bump it up to a 357 Magnum. Now, most of your 357 Magnum out there on the market is watered down. I've made videos about this before, talking about what 357 Mag is supposed to do versus what you normally see most of your factory loadings with most of your factory ammunition coming from your commercial producers nowadays. So with most of what you're going to find on the market, the 357 Mag is going to send a 158 grain bullet from a full-length barrel like what I have here at probably around 1,700 feet per second approximately. It depends a lot on the brand, and there's a lot of factors that go into it. And that is a good amount of power. That'll take out a deer. That'll take out most of the things that you would come across in North America. As a matter of fact, I'm willing to bet that if you were to focus on proper shot placement and putting that bullet, especially a properly designed bullet, putting that bullet in the right spot, in the right place, at the right time, you could take some pretty significant things with a 357 Magnum. Now, on top of that, if you get yourself a spicy loaded, properly loaded 357 Magnum, you start running into some extraordinarily impressive performance. So, I know Buffalo Board does it, but if you use Little Gun, H110, probably 2400, and a few other Magnum pistol powders out there, or relatively medium rate burning pistol powders, you can get some pretty impressive velocities from 357 Mag. As a matter of fact, I have loaded up some 125 grain bullets that move at about 2,350 feet per second, approximately in that ballpark. Haven't actually chronographed it, but that's what the load data tells me it's going to be moving at from a barrel length like this. And that puts 357 Mag at the power of a 30-30, which is a rifle cartridge. That is a smokeless 30 caliber rifle cartridge, and it's the same thing with a 158 grain bullet And those same powders with the 357 Magnum, you got that 158 grain bullet. It's going to move about 2,150 feet per second, approximately, give or take. And that's about velocities that you would see with a 160 grain bullet from a 30-30. So we have all the way down to small game getting rounds, which are extraordinarily capable at taking out things that maybe a 22 long rifle wouldn't be ideal for. Like a 22 would be fine for, you know, your squirrels and your rats and most of your smaller things. But if you wanted to go after something like, say, a coyote, or you wanted to just stay quiet, then, hey, that 38 special starts to look a lot more appeasing. Or you got your medium game options, and in a lot of cases, especially with your hot loaded 357, there's a lot of options that you could use to potentially take larger game in the event that you need to. On top of that, you can run this ammunition in both a rifle and a handgun. This is something that a lot of people don't look at whenever they look at one cartridge to rule them all. They'll be like, okay, we got a rifle cartridge and a pistol cartridge. But that's not one cartridge to rule them all. You can either have a rifle cartridge or a pistol cartridge, or you can go the route that I've decided and just pick one that works exceptionally well in both of these platforms. And the 357 mag works exceptionally well whether or not it's coming out of a rifle or a pistol, or in this particular case, a revolver. I'm sure somebody's gonna yell at me for saying pistol instead of saying revolver. But the versatility of the cartridge and the cost of the cartridge and the ease of reloading, it's a straight wall cartridge that headspaces on the rim of the cartridge, which means that you can essentially reload and fire that thing indefinitely. It has such good benefits to it, and most of your systems that run your 357 operate with some sort of manually operated system, be it lever action, or actually most of your rifles are going to be lever action. There's some magazine feds out there, there's some bolt action out there, there's some single shots out there. Most of them are going to be lever action. Most of them are going to be, not all of them, but most of them are going to be a manually operated system, and as a result of that, you can run these with black powder in the event that you decide that you need to. And the reason why that's so good is because you can make black powder at home. I make it at home, and I make it for like $3 a pound. So it is extraordinarily simple and cost-effective ways to be able to fire a lot of ammunition downrange if I decide to go that route. Just because of the cost of reloading with black powder, that's one of the reasons why your 357 is one of those guns that I just take out to plink with, because you can go out and buy lead for like $2.50 for 10 pounds, no, per pound, $2.50 per pound, and then another $3 per pound of black powder, and you can get a lot of loadings out of those for not a lot of money. So it's a good cartridge, cost-effective cartridge. It has plenty of power downrange in the event that you need the power. It's in some extraordinarily capable firearms. It can be ran in both rifles and handguns. It is fairly decent at shooting out at the distances that most people are even capable of shooting out at. There's just a lot of benefits to the 357. Combine that with the ease of reloading, and I think I've made my point in this video, and I think a lot of you guys are going to agree with what it is that I have said. So thanks for watching, folks. I appreciate your time. Like, subscribe, share. Description below has a link to all sorts of stuff. Go check it out. You guys go off, have yourself a fantastic day. I'll see you in the next episode.
Been a little while since I've done this. Bonnie and Clyde be damned. The poor man's Garen. It's a shame that bolt-action shotguns aren't more mainstream.